Living in the UK has taught me how to stretch every pound. Not out of fear, really, but out of wisdom. So today I'm baking some banana bread and sharing how I economize as an African living here in the UK. This is not about extreme budgeting or perfection. It's about small, faithful habits that add up over time. This is simply how we live, intentionally, with purpose, and with our future in mind. So let's go. Tip number 1, start with what you already have. The first way I stretch the pound is by starting with what I already have. Before I think about the shop, I check the fridge, the cupboards, the freezer. Look at these bananas that I'm busy with. They were too soft to eat, but still perfectly good. So in my home, that means baking. Back home, nothing was wasted. Food had a purpose right until its end. I think this mindset somehow stays with you, doesn't it? You learn to see potential instead of problems. And as John 6:12 would say, you gather up the fragments that remained so that nothing be lost. Tip number 2, buy ingredients and not convenience. Another way I save money is by buying ingredients and not convenience foods. Flour, sugar, oil, they cost less, last longer, and they can become many different meals. Convenience is expensive. Time really takes effort, but effort feeds us more, let's be honest. One bag of flour can become bread, scones, pancakes, pasta, and for today, banana bread. Ellen White once wrote that true economy consists in making the best use of time and means. And this is all I strive for, to make the best use of anything that is in my hands. Tip number 3, we buy on promo and reduced. I almost always buy on promotion. Here in the UK, I've learned that shopping after 7 p.m. has its advantages. That's when reduced pricing usually happens. Things like sourdough bread, it freezes beautifully so. So I buy it reduced, freeze it, and use it later. Stretching the pound is not about denying yourself. It's about being observant. Proverbs 21:20 says, the wise store up food and olive oil. The Bible actually says they store up choice food. Simply meaning you don't just store away because, it's a leftover and whatever. You buy to store away. That's a good use of what you have. Tip number 4, cook once, feed many times. I really always try to cook in a way that feeds us more than once. This banana bread loaf might be breakfast, a snack, or packed away for later. I always think in terms of reuse, not repetition, because obviously you'll get bored with that, isn't it? African cooking will teach you this naturally, and I think it's something I've carried for literally all of my life. At home, we cooked intentionally, knowing meals would stretch and everyone would eat. That mindset guides me a lot. At home, you knew that whatever you ate for dinner, if there's leftovers, is definitely your breakfast. Whoever said there's anything wrong with eating leftovers? I don't understand our generation. Economizing is not denying yourself. It's the best use of what you have, and if you're Christian, it's stewardship. Tip number 5, we buy in bulk, slowly and wisely. I buy in bulk whenever possible, but one thing I don't do is buy it all at once. Trying to bulk buy your entire grocery in one go can actually create waste and stress, let's be honest. So I normally always do it in bits and pieces. And if you're new at this, Start small. 1 or 2 items per month. This month, it might be cooking oil and sugar. Next month, might be just flour. How does this help? Well, this avoids redundancy, saves money, and reduces unnecessary trips to the shop. I mean, sometimes we go to the grocery store for 1 item and we come out with 12. Money that has been used unwisely. This will help you avoid that. Stewardship of finances and stewardship of the body are often worked out in our daily routine. Whether you drink or you eat, whatever you do it to the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. And that's how we try to live, to the glory of God who blesses us with these means. Tip number 7. I use community resources without pride. So I'll tell you a little story. Since arriving in Wales, which is about a week ago, yes, I discovered a non-profit organization that collects surplus food from major retail stores and gives it to the people for free. It's fresh food, it's good quality, and it's often a long way before expiry. Listen, in this economy, I really don't have time for pride. If this is going to help me direct money to where it's needed most, then yes, I'm saying yes to it. We have dreams as a family. We have aspirations. And saving money is part of being faithful to those goals, you know. Suppose one of you wants to build a tower, Jesus says. Won't you sit down first and count the cost? That's Luke 14:28. And after sitting down and counting the cost of our goals, our aspirations and dreams, I really do this shamelessly. Saving every penny to the last bit. Economy is needed in every bunch of life, like one of my favorite authors would say. Tip number 8. Making things from scratch. I also make many things from scratch. If you're my friend, I know you know this well. Not just food, by the way. I've stepped out into making other things from scratch. That includes making my own body butter, my own hair supplies, using simple, natural ingredients. I've ventured into crochet and knitting, and so I make all of our headbands, scarves, beanies. I've even started making blankets and a whole lot of other things. The creativity doesn't stop once you start. I use natural ingredients, by the way, for all my cosmetics. Simple ingredients like coconut oil, shea butter, beeswax, castor oil. I try to always keep it simple and functional. Also, might I add that my family's skin is also testifying to this. And I even sell this to people who've ordered from me, which additionally puts money back into my account and not take it out. I will be sure to share a video in future how I make simple body butter that you can use for your family as well, because I do not think the Lord gives us all of this knowledge, exposes us to all of these things for us to keep to ourselves, but to share with others so we can know how best we can be keepers of our homes in a way that glorifies and pleases God, because at the end of the day, it is really about that, isn't it? So in the spring, one of the things I'll be doing, of the many plans that I have, is starting a garden. Growing, storing, preserving, canning, dehydrating, freeze drying, whatever. You name it, I'll probably get down to it. I think the pandemic was quite an object lesson. For a believer, understanding the times means preparing wisely. Jesus said, in Matthew 24, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near. Proverbs 22:3 says, the prudent see danger and take refuge. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to be religious to realize this. The world is packing up. People are gearing up for civil war all over the show. Everything seems to be going unsteady. What better way to be prepared for the future than to know how best to serve your family, to economize, to stretch what you have, and to rely less and less on the system? And if you're a believer, we all know these supplies are going to be cut off from us. And so if these are going to be cut off, how will we subsist? And so this is why I've taken so much time to invest in adding my knowledge, adding to my skills, and all sorts of things. Preparing for the future is never a bad idea. So that's the end of my banana loaf. It's not fancy, but this is a representation of intentional living. One loaf at a time, one wise decision, one faithful day. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for being here. God bless.